Hi there, we're going to talk about Keynote. Now, Keynote is Apple's PowerPoint, if you're going to compare the two. So the first task would be to go to the App Store and purchase Keynote. So let's get started with Keynote. I'm going to touch that app to open it, and you can see that I have a folder with some presentations in it already, but we'll get to that later. Let's look at the Getting Started. I think this will be available on everybody's iPad. So let's look at that and just see some of the tips and tricks that they're suggesting. So this is a presentation that's already been created, and you can see up on the left-hand side, you see that I can view all my slides. I'm just scrolling with my finger up and down to view the slides. So that's how I can get around my presentation. Now, this is actually a presentation that is talking about a lot of the features. So let's just flip through some of these previously already created slides by Apple. So I'm just going to touch the second slide. And what it's saying here is in the upper left-hand corner, I might want to click on that Presentations button, and then it'll take me back to my home page where I can get to everything else that I've already created. So I'm going to touch the Getting Started again and get back into Getting Started. Now up in the upper right-hand corner, these are buttons like Format, where you change colors and things like that. Plus is obviously to insert things. The tools, you'll get used to using those. And then Playing, if I actually wanted to play this presentation, I would press that button. The third slide, I already talked about the navigator on the left-hand side. And then if I wanted to add a slide, what I didn't talk about was in the lower left-hand corner. And you can see it on this slide, but also look in the lower left-hand corner. You see a plus. And that's what I would touch to add a slide. Pretty straightforward and friendly. The fourth slide, if I tap on that, this is an example of arranging slides. So if I wanted to move a slide up or down, I'm simply going to press and hold, say for instance this slide, and I can just move it up or move it down. Okay, and you see how easily that happens. I'm going to put it back where it was. Also, if I wanted to delete a slide, okay, with it selected, then if I tap it one more time, then I get these other options: cut, copy, delete, skip, or add a transition, which we'll get to later. So I think at this point I'm going to go back out and I'm going to touch the Presentations button in the upper left-hand corner. And let's make a new presentation. Let's name it and just get started with our presentation. And then I'll come back to learn more about Keynote later. So let's click plus in the upper left-hand corner. And then I'm going to touch Create Presentation. And what you see right away, just like any other presentation software application, you can use their preset themes, and then you can always change them. So I think I'm just going to start with white. So I'm going to touch white. And then right away it starts me with one slide, and notice right now the title is Presentation. So what I think I want to do here is I want to name it. Alright, so let's touch that upper left-hand corner once again, and let's just go back to the main screen, and you can see now that I have this presentation created right here on my home screen. And I'm going to rename it. So I'll touch the word Presentation there. Notice it pushes the slide into the middle, and now I can type my title. I'll just call this Class, or how about let's name this iPad Class. And if I wanted to fix that uppercase I there and make it a capital P as well, let's fix that. Lowercase I and then a capital P. Perfect. And then I touch Done in the upper right-hand corner now that I've renamed it. So now it says iPad Class. Now I'm going to tap on that to get back into it. Alright, so we've opened Keynote, we've created a presentation, and we've renamed it. That'll be it for part 1, and in part 2 we'll continue to add to our presentation.